Hi, and welcome to this breath training tutorial for the Move, Breathe, Flow program. Now, before we dive into the breathing techniques you'll be using to help you unlock the power of flow state and peak performance, I want to take a few minutes and make sure we cover something that may be more important than you think: how you sit. First, let me mention that not all breathing techniques will require you to sit, but most of your breath training sessions will be seated. So let's go over some of the basics. How you sit is important for a few reasons. First, you want to find a position that helps you feel calm, but also focused. In other words, you want to be comfortable, but not too comfortable. Remember, our goal is to unlock a peak performance state, not to relax or take a nap. Another important point is to make sure you can properly breathe deep into the lower abdominal area, while fully expanding your rib cage and therefore your lungs. So let's go over the basics of the sitting position. First, you can sit cross-legged on the ground or higher up on a chair or bench. If you choose to sit on the ground, I suggest using a cushion to elevate your hips. This will help free up the abdominal area by letting your hips sit slightly below your waist. If you prefer to sit on a chair or bench, make sure that it isn't too low to the ground, again to avoid your hips and knees coming up and restricting the abdominal area. Your thighs should be parallel or slightly above parallel to the ground, with your feet flat on the floor. Now let's look at posture. You should focus on having a good posture in the lower back while relaxing the shoulders. Be careful not to slouch. Remember, we want you to feel strong and confident. If you're sitting on a chair, try not to lean back, since this will also make it harder to breathe properly. Though your eyes will be closed most of the time, you should focus your eyes on a point on the ground a few feet in front of you, then close your eyes. This will help make sure your head is in the proper position. Finally, place your hands on your lap. You could place your palms up, palms down, or even touch these two fingers. Just pick a position and stick to it to avoid any kind of fidgeting. So let's review those important points one more time. First, make sure your hips are slightly lower than the waist to free up the abdominal area. Next, have a good posture in the lower back and avoid slouching forward or leaning back. Have your gaze a few feet in front of you before closing your eyes. And finally, place your hands on your lap. That covers the basics of the sitting position to get the most out of your breath training sessions. Peace.